Well, hello. Welcome to the Colorado Hypnotist, your resource for hypnosis and hypnotic things. Today, I'm just kind of doing some frequently asked questions on hypnosis because I think there's a lot of misconceptions about it, and I think that a lot of people are afraid of it, and they really shouldn't be. So I've put together a couple of questions, and I'm going to go ahead and answer them for you guys so you can have a better understanding. The first question is, what is hypnosis? That's kind of a crazy question because, with all the hypnotists out there, like nobody can really agree exactly what hypnosis is. The things that most people seem to agree on is the fact that there's a shift and the fact that it can be used to make changes. So basically, when I look at what I consider hypnosis to be, it is the use of trance to make changes. And those changes could be anything from therapeutic changes to like something you might see at a stage show where, people act silly and do crazy things. All right, so with that being said, what is trance? Trance is pretty much a state of mind. And believe it or not, most of us go into trance all the time. If you've ever been driving and you kind of like dozed off, but you're still driving, you still made it home somehow, you were in a trance. If you've ever just been really super focused on a task, or maybe you were writing something or you were working something and pretty much everything else in the world completely got blurred out, you were in a type of trance. So trance is a very natural state, and really it's just a state of like super hyper focus, and it's a really great time to learn new things, and a lot of the times it's really good for changing limiting beliefs. I know the idea of like changing beliefs is scary, but the kind of beliefs that we're talking about might be a belief like, I am a smoker, I can't stop eating, I am depressed all the time. So those kind of beliefs, once shifted, can really change the way that you think about life and the way you act. All right, so is hypnosis mind control? I'm going to go ahead and say no. No, hypnosis is not mind control. There are hypnotic languages and patterns that you can use to kind of push things one way or another into your favor. If you've ever watched TV and you've watched commercials, those commercials are riddled with all these hypnotic suggestions and things like that. But if it's not something that is consistent with you, then it's not going to work. Here's one example. I know of a diaper commercial that basically hints that if you want to be an experienced mother, you should buy their brand of diapers. And it always, makes me laugh because it is a really good commercial, but I don't have kids. So not having kids, I'm not rushing to the store to go buy diapers just because they made that suggestion. Another really good example is I specialize in smoking cessation. And unfortunately, if somebody comes to me and they don't actually want to quit smoking, I will not be able to help them quit smoking. Some people give me a call just because they're like, hey, my dog says I need to do this, or my spouse says I need to stop smoking, but I don't really want to. If you don't want to, you're not going to. That is the bottom line. So, do you sleep during hypnosis? No, you do not. As a matter of fact, when you're in a state of trance, or when you were, hypnotized, you were in a state of hyper awareness. Now, you may not be paying attention to what's going on. Like, I know personally when I've been hypnotized, I like to just go off in a la la land, and I'm like daydreaming and not really paying attention to what's going on. But your subconscious mind is laser focused on everything going on, and that's why it's so easy to accept those suggestions and make those changes that you want to make. And then the last question that I'm going to talk about today is, can you get stuck in hypnosis? And whenever I hear this, it always makes me think of the movie Office Space, where the hypnotist, he had a heart attack, and then the guy, like, all of a sudden his whole demeanor and everything changed. And in a lot of ways, like, what happened to him actually sounded really good because a lot of his stress levels went down, and a lot of his worries went down, but that is not actually a real thing. The same way that you may be concentrating super hard on something, and then after a while you kind of just pop out of it and you're like, oh, maybe I should go eat, or oh, look at the time, I need to go somewhere. The same thing happens with hypnosis. So if you were to go into hypnosis, get guided into a trance, listen to a radio recording or something like that, if the power went out in the middle of the recording, you would have your eyes closed for a little while, and then eventually you just open them back up and move on with your life. So I hope that was helpful for everyone. Please like, subscribe, and if you have any more questions that you'd like me to answer, feel free to leave them in the comments, and I will make another video at some point to answer them. Thank you very much. Goodbye.